I started off by boiling my eggs. I did that behind the camera. So after which I placed them into cold water. So now they are cold. I started peeling off the shell. So for this recipe, I'll be working with 4 eggs because I'm just making 4 egg rolls. Sorry, I'm not making much. So we're just working with 4 eggs. So these are my ingredients. I'm using all-purpose flour, salt, raw egg, nutmeg, baking powder, water, powdered milk, butter, and sugar. So this is just 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So I'm just using 1 egg. So now I started by cracking my egg into a plate, then adding a little water. After adding your water, you mix properly to enable it to mix very well. So you mix. So after mixing, you set it aside. Then start adding your dry ingredients. So I added all-purpose flour. I added flavor, salt. I wanted the flavor, so I added flavor. Then I added sugar. I didn't want it to be too sweet, so I didn't add more sugar. Then I added my powdered milk. I added 3 spoons of powdered milk. Then after adding, I added my nutmeg. That's 1 sachet of nutmeg, but I used half of it because I don't want it to be too much. So I used half of the sachets of nutmeg. And this is me adding salt. I added salt to it as well. Then after that, you mix your dry ingredients together. You mix it very well, like mix it properly, so everything will mix together. So this is me mixing everything. And after which I added my butter. I'm using margarine, and margarine is a little bit salty, so be careful about the salt you add. So this is me adding my butter. So after adding butter, you mix with the dry ingredients. You mix properly. Mix and mix very well. Then I added the mixture of my egg and water. Then I mixed and mixed and mixed and mixed. So you mix very well until it forms a dough. You mix very well for like 5 minutes. Like you mix the dough very well. You need the dough very well for like 5 minutes. Yes, after forming your dough, then you cover with a towel, or you just cover for like 15 minutes. Allow it sit for like 15 minutes on the surface. Yeah. So after allowing it to sit for 15 minutes, you place it on your floored surface. So you place it, just spread it very well. After placing your dough, you spread properly. After spreading properly, like I said before, I've just been doing 4 egg rolls. So after spreading properly, then you cut the dough into four different halves because I'm just doing 4 egg rolls. So I cut the dough into four pieces. After cutting the dough, I remember my eggs are by the sides. So after cutting the dough, yeah, then I pick one piece. That's one part of the dough. I started flattening, making it flat. like I started flattening the dough on my palm. So like I flatten the dough on my palm with my hand. Then I place the egg into inside the dough, and I just play with it to just make sure the egg is properly covered. Just play with it. Then for to enable you do that, you just play around with it, then pinch the upper part of it. So you just continue doing that. Yes, after doing that, you just play around with it. Just roll it on your palm to get a very perfect shape. So to enable you when you're frying, so it won't one part won't be out. So I repeat the same process for all the rows I wanted. So that's just it. I just repeated the process 4 different times, and so this is the last piece. So I did the same thing by adding the egg and just roll. Just make sure the egg is covered. Just use your hand to just roll it and roll it. Then just to enable you do that properly, just pinch the upper part to remove the all to enable you seal the upper part. Then after we should just roll and roll properly. So mind you, before I started doing this, I've already started preheating my oil. So I started preheating my oil. You don't want the oil to be too hot. So like I said, I started preheating my oil. So I just to know if the oil is too hot or not too hot, I added a little dough just to see if the oil is too hot. So now I started adding my egg roll, and after adding, just allow it to fry. And in the process of frying, you just keep turning it so one side of the egg roll won't be burnt, or so it will cook evenly. So I just kept turning and turning and turning. I just kept turning the roll. Yeah, just turning them over and over and over until I get the desired color I want. So I kept on turning and turning until I get my desired color. So yeah, we're almost done. So I kept on turning and turning. So yes, we're almost getting to the desired color we want. I don't want it to be too brown or to get burnt. So yes. So now it's ready. I'm okay with this color. So I on my plate I've already placed tissue paper. I was not having paper towel, so I used tissue. If you're not having paper towel, you can use tissue. Just fold to get a particular thickness and just place it on the plate, and just for to enable you extract the excess oil from the roll. So I did just that, and voila, our egg roll is ready. Mwah! Come join me.